Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, CC. How you doing?
Finally, I'm here.
Well, we're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
It is 11 o'clock, so we'll get started in a couple moments. I'm sure today is 420 conference day in Chicago, so I'm sure they're
Oh,
actively enjoying the festivities.
absolutely. Have you made me a co-host yet?
I haven't done anything.
Okay.
So I don't know how much control I have. Good morning. Good morning. Happy anniversary. Absolutely.
Good morning.
Happy year 6. Welcome to our Chicago family.
Morning, we're here.
Good morning. Good
Happy
morning. Good to
6th anniversary.
Yes, we are 6 years young. Do you see co-host capabilities in there, CC, anywhere?
Okay, let me see.
I've changed the slides around a little bit, so don't let it throw you. I will
Okay.
clearly introduce you as we go through the presentation.
Okay. I don't think I have co-host capabilities. I'm trying to practicing on Coach Bernadine, trying to like mute her, but I see she's unmuted, so I wanted to see if I could mute her as a test, and I can't.
Okay. Because I don't have any control over the
Okay.
uh,
All right.
features. So, but we'll roll with it. Let's see.
Alrighty.
Uh, I don't even see the record button on my panel.
When I came in, it says it's recording.
Okay, fantastic. Well, it is 11:03, and I'd like to be able to get this done in about 3 hours. So let's get started. Just kidding, just kidding. We want to be able to be efficient with our time here. So we want to welcome everyone this morning to our Saturday morning informational meeting, informational / opportunity meeting. And we call this an opportunity meeting because it gives you an opportunity to get some information from us, and it gives us an opportunity to share some information with you. So we are glad to be able to exchange information. I'm going to start the presentation by sharing my screen.
I love your shirt, Mike, your logo.
Thank you. This is my company shirt. Okay, can you see me in the bow tie?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'd like to start our meeting today by welcoming all our visitors and our guests and our distributors on our team who are in Chicago and all across the country. Welcome to our presentation this morning. My name is Michael Newsom. I'm your presenter for today. They call me Coach Mike. They call me Diamond Mike. And today we're going to talk about blood types and blue zones. That's what I like to call our presentation. I am the owner of Blue Moon Health and Wellness located in Richmond, Virginia. I am a HIPAA certified wellness coach, a certified nutrition coach, and I am a founding level distributor with Akana. And also with us today is the fabulous CC Hill. She's my co-host today. She is a mom. She is a glam mom. She's a soldier. She's a warrior. She is a survivor. She is an entrepreneur. She is a teacher and a coach. So welcome this morning, CC Hill.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
So today we're going to talk about blood types and blue zones, and we're going to go through a lot of information today. So just hang in there with us, and we'll make it all tie together as we go through the presentation. And today, our sponsor of this presentation today is Akana, the growing company with the beautiful African name. Akana means in the hands of God. And today, you may have heard us before we started the presentation, we are in celebration mode. April is celebration month for Akana. So we're celebrating 420. And those who know about 420, you know what we're celebrating about. And we're also celebrating a happy 6th birthday to Akana. This company is 6 years old today, and that is a major milestone. We've overcome challenges and hurdles, and here we are still standing after 6 years. The company is a phenomenal company founded in the Brownsville section of Chicago. It was launched by 4 phenomenal women on April 20th. 2019 with a line of products of CBD products and essential oils. And I mean, in 2020, it expanded to include a complete line of wellness and weight management products. In 2021, and just think about this, this company was launched during the pandemic, April 20th of 2019. And so we survived the pandemic, we've expanded in 20, and 21, we introduced our flagship product, the Flat Belly Lifestyle, and today we have over 30,000 customers. And our company is very community-minded, where we invest 1% of the company's gross profits into underserved communities. And we pride ourselves on 5-star customer service. So today's discussion, blood types and blue zones, is going to center on a lot. We're going to talk about what's happening. It says the problem in the US, but this is happening on a global scale. We're going to talk about health and wellness and healing on a global scale. And we're going to start with the problem. And our phenomenal CEO calls it suicide, which means that we are digging our graves with our fork. And before you see choices, you see choices that we make every day, what we put into our body. And this is where the root cause of the problem is, what we're eating. So if today what we're going to talk about, we're not going to talk about the original diet, because we were talking about the original diet, which consists of healthy foods, grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts that was grown out of grandma's garden and on the farm. We wouldn't be having these problems. But what we're going to talk about today is the problem that results from the new diet, the new American diet, based on fried foods, processed foods, too much salt, too much sugar. Those are the things that we're going to talk about today that is going to lead us to a solution. So as a result of the choices that we make in our diet, making those bad choices, having limited choices with food leads to the health crisis that we're experiencing right now. We're not ignoring it, we're experiencing it. We're experiencing heart disease, we're experiencing cancer. Our children are experiencing childhood diabetes. We're experiencing shortened life. So these are the results of what's happening with our diet decisions. Did you know that in 2020, nearly 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease? About 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent, but the damage is already done, and the person is not even aware of it. And if you fast forward to 2025, guess what? The numbers haven't changed. They have not gotten better. With all the knowledge and information that we have, the numbers for cardiovascular disease, death by cardiovascular disease, has not changed. And even more alarming, that the signs of blocked arteries and cardiovascular.
Get your sweater on.
Excuse me, the signs
She had
and
a
symptoms.
sweatshirt on.
Can you guys
Miss
mute me?
Elizabeth, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah, if you can mute, that would be good, because we can't do it. So we need our audience to be accountable and to keep their lines muted. I really appreciate that, because you guys don't want me starting back from the beginning, because we will be here for 3 hours. So I appreciate your support. So again, the signs of cardiovascular disease is showing up in an alarming number of our 14 to 19 years old. So the symptoms of the bad diet is getting into our children at an earlier and earlier age. And if you're an African American, do you know what the significance of age 45 is to you? What that means? Let me tell you. What that means is that you are 2 more times likely to die from heart disease. So let's define what heart disease is, other known as atherosclerosis. What you're looking at in this slide right here, you can see on the left-hand side where the outer wall is clear and there's optimum blood flow. That's where you want to go. That's the optimum. But over time, through age and through diet, what happens is you see those little plaques start forming on the outer walls of your arteries. And over time and through bad diet, which would accelerate that plaque buildup in your body, you can see it goes from clear to small buildup to medium buildup to the point of blocked artery. And when you have a blocked artery, that's when you have heart attacks and challenges of that nature. So our company has a vision. Our company's vision is a world where everyone has access to nutrition and resources that they need to thrive, creating wealthier, healthier, and more resilient communities. Through our blood type campaign, we're empowering millions of families to discover their blood type and embrace our 5 steps to generational health. We've put together a simple, personalized roadmap to wellness. And by fostering these habits, we aim to break the cycles of disease and poverty, building a foundation of generational health and prosperity for families worldwide. So the company, any good company recognizes a need in the marketplace, and we realize these things, and they're not hard to recognize. The signs are all around us. So what we've identified was 5 key reasons why these challenges, why these problems impact our communities. One, the company is a firm believer and is really standing on the science and philosophy of knowing your blood type. So the lack of understanding blood types is part of the challenge, lack of information. Did you know that your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than race, culture, geography? It's a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can help live most healthfully. So we've got a path forward. By understanding your blood type, that's going to give us some real key information. And Arcana is committed. We're on a campaign to helping 1 million people learn their blood type. So if someone engages you in a conversation and asks you, do you know your blood type? Chances are they're one of us. They're part of our family. So let's give you a little bit of background why knowing your blood type is important. There are 4 blood types: A, B, O, and AB. And of course, there's the positive and the negatives. But for our conversation today, all you really need to know is A, B, O, and AB. And actually, if you know your blood type, drop it in the chat. CC will do her best to monitor it, and we can get an idea of who's in our audience. Because you know what? Each one of these blood types have very specific characteristics. Like it says, it's a powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA does. So a little bit of background on some of the characteristics of each one of the blood types. A is for agrarian. They are nature's vegetarians. They thrive on farming and cooperative living, living with inventive, adaptable, and community-focused traits. They're nature's vegetarians. B stands for the balanced blood type. That group of people, because the blood types really kind of patterns how mankind migrated across the earth and intermingled. So the balanced blood type means that group of people adapted to harsh climates and diverse populations. And part of the characteristics are they're harmonizing the mind's tensions with the immune system's demands. So that gives you a little bit of the characteristics of a B. Blood type O is the oldest blood type. And in that group of people evolved as hunters and gatherers. They have strong survival instincts and a fierce immune system. They have more body acid than an agrarian. So there are different ways that each one of these processes food that is brought into their body. And AB is the modern blood type, which is the rarest blood type, and it represents the emerging from the union of type A and type B as we expanded across the globe and intermingled, embodying complexity and adaptability. So your blood type, again, is one of the keys to your body's immunosystem, and it controls the influence of viruses, bacteria, infections, chemical stress, and an assortment of invaders of conditions that might compromise your immunosystem. So by knowing how to battle the challenges that your body has to deal with every day, you're going to be able to support your body in the best possible way. So let's look at what I'm going to call Alice on the left, Slim Alice, and Big Ralph. So this is kind of an example of how eating to your blood type kind of will shape and unlock your body's nutritional blueprint. So if you look at the left, we look at Alice, she's been eating to her blood type, her digestive system is flowing. You can see that her body is more in line with a healthy lifestyle. But you look at Ralph on the right-hand side, he has not been eating to his blood type, and you can see that his body's reacting in a way that we see that's very prevalent in our society today. It's causing inflammation, digestive problems, and weight gain. So it's very imperative that we understand our blood type so we can make the right choices, so that we can look more like Alice than our friend Ralph. So why is it important that we don't eat against our blood type? Because when we eat against our blood type, we're eating more foods that contain proteins called lectins. And when we're eating lectins or foods that's incompatible with our blood type, they cause what's called agglutination in your cells. When we remember that first slide that we looked at the plaque. That was what is being created through these lectins. As you can see, the consequences of eating to your blood type is the clumping of the bacteria or red cells that are in your bloodstream, and you can see it starts to pile up, and it causes issues like your heart attack and damage in your blood vessels because your body is filled with these glutens and the plaque. So our system, as wonderfully as it's designed, is designed to fight these off. It's a natural process. Inflammation is actually is a healing response in your body. But what you don't want is your body to be in constant healing mode or in constant state of inflammation, which causes your body to be your immune system to be overworked. And as you know, in society today, one of the big problems that we have is autoimmune disease, when your immune system isn't fighting off lectins and diseases that are causing problems. We just came through COVID because a vast portion of our society was immunocompromised. So learn your blood type. We pose this as a question, but really it's a statement. Learn your blood type. And we'll put an exclamation point on it by saying, please. So, because what it does, it helps you put the power in your hands to help you break the generational cycle of sickness and disease. So, is it important? Going back to the question, why is it important? Because guess what? If you were given the wrong blood type, guess what? It could kill you because every blood type isn't compatible with each other. If you're blood type O, you're the universal donor. You can give to any of the other 3 blood types in addition to the O, but you can't receive from anyone else except an O. So having this knowledge is very important. And guess what? If you continue to eat the wrong foods against your blood type, over time, these things are slowly eating away at your health, and it could be slowly killing you. So let's give you a little bit of information. So all of this was really tied together back in 1996 by a naturopath by the name of Dr. Peter J. Diamo. He's a second generation naturopath. He built on the work of his father, Dr. James Diamo, and they actually did hundreds and thousands of studies and identified foods that are good for certain blood types, certain foods that are neutral for certain blood types, and certain foods that you should avoid. And here's a small sample of the avoid list. So if you're blood type A, tomatoes, bananas, lamb, potatoes, and shrimp are not your friend. And those are things that you should avoid. Blood type B, chicken, avocados, black beans, shrimp, shellfish, things you should stay away from. Blood type O, people like myself, catfish, avocados, orange, white wine, and cashews will cause an inflammatory reaction in your body. And if you look at the AB, the modern blood type, you can see where the combination of the A's and the B's comes into play. Chicken, bananas, black beans, avocado, shrimp. So those are the kind of things that for your blood type you need to avoid. It's a much more extensive list, and the person that invited you here will be glad to really have a sit down with you and have a conversation to help you figure out more information. All this was information and was summarized in a book from 1996, Eat Right for Your Type, again by Dr. Peter J. Diamo. So we're talking about evidence-based science here. So why are you just learning about this information? The book was published in 1996, and his father goes back another whole generation. Well, a lot of times when scientific breakthroughs come through and they aren't compatible with big pharma or big business, and it isn't taught or promoted or is contrary to the approach that big pharma has, it's suppressed. So what we're looking at is options. We're looking at options where you can either go with a pharmaceutical option or a holistic option to treating sickness and disease. And what we're talking about today, we're talking about holistic options on how to address some of these issues. Because big pharma, again, that's what they do. They create chemicals and pharmaceuticals. So let me give you an example of how big business has chosen profits over people over time. Look at cigarettes. If you go back to as cigarettes were really started to be mass marketed in our country, probably after World War II, you had advertisements with doctors and nurses and everybody glorifying, how glamorous cigarettes were. They were even saying it was healthy for you. Then we moved into like the 70s where we started putting trans fats into our foods as a way to enhance flavor and to enhance shelf life. We thought that was healthy, but we found out over time that they were really harmful to the body and they were really carcinogenic. Look at cell phones, 5G cell phones. We have these devices to our ears and we've got radioactivity going through our body. And this is not new information, but it hasn't been highly promoted or publicized. GMO, genetically modified organisms. This is food that's being developed in the laboratory. It looks like food, tastes like food, but guess what? Your body knows the difference. Your body knows this isn't food and it reacts differently. And it may be due to pesticides, it may be due to some type of gene altering, but these things are in our food chain, and these are part of the issues that attribute to some of the sickness and the issues that we're having that we see developing in our society today. And probably the biggest, from at least a marketing perspective, misnomer that was put on the public was milk does the body good. And all the science says that no, milk doesn't do the body good. And really, human beings are the only species that drinks the milk of another species. So for a $20 million marketing campaign, they reap the financial benefits of well over $1 billion. So the milk does the body good is an example of how big business sometimes takes precedent over profits over people. So let's look at a country that has adopted the blood type philosophy, Japan versus the United States. The life expectancy in Japan is the #1 in the world. Why? Because they've adopted the science of eating to your blood type. They've adopted the science of blue zones. And the life expectancy of an average Japanese person is 84.6 years old. In comparison to the United States, where we're 50th on the list, and for the standard American, if you will, 76 years of old is the life expectancy. And if you break that down by a demographic, if you break it down by the African American demographic, that number drops from 71 years old down to, drops from 76 years old down to 71. So that is a phenomenal statistic that we really need to be conscious of. If you're African American, United States of America, your average life expectancy is 71 because we are on that standard American diet that we looked at the beginning of the presentation. So again, we're gonna emphasize the fact that there's anecdotal evidence that support that by following a blood type diet and in conjunction with certain lifestyle adjustments, it's proven that you can achieve your ideal weight, slow the aging process, and cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fats. And that is key. We want to be able to achieve our ideal weight, slow the aging process, because yes, you can age reverse, and we want to cleanse our body of toxins and unhealthy fats. So age reversal, it starts with oxidation. Oxidation basically is the aging process. As you can see, when you look at a banana, you can see when a banana stays out too long, when it's cut off the vine, it starts to starts to deteriorate, it starts to oxidize, it starts to die. You look at the rusty bolts, you leave it outside, it starts to break down. That's what oxidation is. It's the breaking down of your body. And researchers have identified that one of the contributors of heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, and other age-related issues are related to oxidation. So how do you fight oxidation? You fight oxidation with antioxidants. Antioxidants is nature's age reversal. It's nature's fountain of youth. Fruits, vegetables are loaded with plant compounds called phytonutrients, which also have those antioxidant properties. So with the food that we eat, the air that we breathe, which causes the oxidation, if we eat certain types of foods, they can help reverse that process. One of the most powerful antioxidants is omega-3. Omega-3 deficiency is running rampant in our culture and in our society. When you're omega-3 deficient, these are some of the issues that will manifest itself. Cardiovascular disease, increased risk of heart attack, strokes, and high blood pressure. Probably 8 out of 10 people on some type of high blood pressure medication. Cognitive decline, increased risk of depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, dementia, rampant in our society. Chronic inflammation, diabetes, arthritis, cancer, autoimmune disease, metabolic health issues, weight gain, obesity, metabolic syndrome. Immune function, weakened immune function, making the body more susceptible to infections. COVID, we just got over that. Bone health, osteoporosis, higher risk of fractures and complications. Those are all symptoms of omega-3 deficiency. These are all symptoms that we see rampant in our society today. One of the other issues that we have is unhealthy gut. Our gut is 70% of our immune system. And some people even call the gut the second brain, or some even feel it's the primary brain. So much of what happens to us is centered within our gut. And some signs of having misalignment in your gut: digestive issues, weakened immune system, malabsorption, nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, skin problems, mental health challenges, weight management, hormonal imbalances, autoimmune conditions. All of these things, all you have to do is look around. A lot of us are experiencing these things right now. We try to talk to our youth. Hopefully we can, again, the purpose of us really trying to reach out to these million people is so that our youth can get this information. Because what happens is when you get to our ages, when you get past probably, now, again, we saw the slide earlier, it's getting younger and younger, but as we go into our 30s and our 40s and our 50s, all these things are starting to manifest. So it used to be later on in life, but it's starting to happen earlier and earlier. And as you can see, when we're talking about the gut, because of the diet, because of the quality of the foods that we're eating, guess what? We're ingesting parasites into our system. When they do autopsies and do these studies, they found these parasites all through the human body, in the gastrointestinal tract, some even in the brain. So we're going to be talking about in the next few minutes how we're going to deal with some of these issues. Again, what is the solution? Now, at Akana, what we've identified is 5 steps to generational health. So let's kind of go through these. So at this point in our presentation, we're going to talk a little bit about our product line. We're going to talk about some solutions. We're talking about, again, the difference in the choices you make between pharmaceutical solutions and holistic solutions. So I'm going to read this disclaimer because we're going to be talking about some of our holistic solutions. Our products are not designed or not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information provided herein is for informational purpose only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, please consult your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements. And we're going to show you some real good results, but individual results may vary. So let's go back to the basics. Do you know your blood type? We're going to establish that as a piece of information. Once you identify your blood type, we can have a whole different level of conversation. So once we identify that, we're going to identify what's good for you, because we know that foods that heal one person can harm another. So we're going to introduce to you some tools that you're going to be able to use that's going to be able to help you reach your goals. So the first set of tools or products that we're going to share with you that's been developed by Akana is helping you to identify with your blood type. We put together these blood type kits, blood type support kits, that's going to include our herbal tea solution, and we call the bitters. It's a bitters tea, and our flatberry fuel, our revolutionary new product called Flatbelly Fuel. And within this support kit, we're going to be able to get you a blood type kit, because it's really a very simple process. And to give you my quick story on blood type, when I went to my doctor to find out what it was, they couldn't tell me. They had a stack of files on me this thick, and they did not have the information in the file. So through our company, I ordered the blood type kit, read the instructions, even had a YouTube video, and learned how to do my own blood type kit test. So I found out by doing it myself, I'm a blood type O, and you can do the same. There's two ways that you can get it. A $59 95 package support kit that has the blood type test in it, and a $49.95 one that doesn't have it in it if you already know. So what the products do, again, is introduce you to a way to start the process of detoxification. Well, we're going to talk a little bit this afternoon about detoxification and why it's so important. Because again, we just saw parasites, mucus, and those things are in your gut. And guess what? In order to get them out, we've got to offer a holistic solution. So here's how we're going to detoxify at a very basic level using our product line, the Flat Belly Bitters. Because how it's going to work is it's going to boost your digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes, bile, and stomach acid. And it's called bitter for a reason. Now, if you ever watch some of the recent movies, I think it's in Black Panther, he talks about the bitter herbs. The bitter herbs. The herbs are good for you. The herbs are cleansing your system. We eat too much salt. We eat too much sugar, and our taste buds have gone the wrong way. By coming back, by using a holistic solution and the formula that's been developed through the Bitters program, it's going to boost these things, it's going to regulate your appetite, it's going to reduce your craving for unhealthy things, some of those trans fats, going to take that desire away from you. It's going to help support and detoxify your liver by filtering out those toxins and lectins that we talked about. And it's going to help eliminate that soluble toxins through your digestive system, help alkalize your body and reduce inflammation, and it's going to improve the microbiome gut. So that's what we were talking about. All those issues that are focused right in your gut is addressed by the Flat Belly Bitters. The Flat Belly Fuel, I call this a revolutionary product that's been introduced. It's a plant-based protein that addresses the issues that we just identified. It eliminates parasites. It supports your blood type. It increases your antioxidant protection. It introduces omega-3s into your diet, and it helps provide prebiotic and probiotic fiber for your gut. So this is an amazing product. It comes in multiple flavors. It comes in choco berry. It comes in vanilla. So whatever your preference is, you can use it as a meal replacement, or you can use it as a meal supplement. So we have a tremendous top of the state-of-the-art design product line to help. So we also will be able to help develop a personalized wellness plan based on your blood type. We have a system where you can redeem a certificate, and you can get your blood type testing. You can get this personalized report. Get back with the person who invited you here. They'll walk you through the process a little clearer than I can explain right now. So the flagship product, the core of our product, is called the Flat Belly Lifestyle. And we have two different protocols. We have a 7-day starter protocol, and we have a 21-day reset. And within each protocol, it's the core of it is 3 basic products. One is the Purifier, which is a liquid colonic, which is a tea. The Eliminator, which will help remove parasites and mucus from your system. Proprietary blend of products, of herbs, and we have the regenerator, again, a proprietary blend of green vegetables that's going to restore your body with superfoods, fiber, and probiotics. And as you can see from this image right here, on day 1 to day 7, the average results that we're getting is 8 to 10 pounds of waste in just 7 days. You can just see it from this particular picture on the screen. Let's look at the 21-day. Okay, the 21-day cleanse, it's the same process, and your nutrition coach will walk you through that process. Not only are we going to get you the proper products in your hand, we're going to get you some support. We have coaches trained that's going to be able to walk you through this process. The person who invited you here has the resources. If they can't do it themselves personally, they have resources that we can plug you into that will walk you through a radical change. Look at Billy S. Look at the day 1 to day 21 results. He dropped 30 pounds in 21 days. And we're not talking about him going to the spa and doing all these extra exercises. I mean, matter of fact, during this process, we recommend that you don't do heavy weightlifting and that type of training. Cardio is okay, but not a whole lot of heavy weightlifting. This is purely because of a change in diet. Amazing, using the same product line. And as you can see right here, we've added a 4th product that is now available. It's not just coming soon, it's actually here, called Hemp Govee, which can be used as an additional support after you come off the cleanse. And here it is right here, Hemp Govee. It's a holistic option. You see a lot of media and advertising around these weight reducing pharmaceuticals, things like Mounjaro, things like Wegovy, things like Ozempic. These are name brand products that are on TV, that are all over, that's promoted everywhere, that people are injecting themselves with these pharmaceuticals to curb their appetite and to lose weight. And realizing that people do need assistance, we developed a product called Hemp Govee, which is a CBD-based product that will help food burn your fat naturally. It will boost your metabolism. It'll curb your appetite. It'll support your digestive health, and it will promote overall balance in your system without the side effects of the pharmaceutical options. So let's look at some results. Look at Tanisha, down 15 pounds in 21 days. Okay, evidence. Let's look at this young lady right here. Look at day 1, where she had an obvious protruding of her belly over her waistline. Look at day 21. You can see the obvious difference. And the folks that are on this screen, these are not paid actors. These are people who actually participated in our program, people that we know and who we talk to on a regular basis, who are not only did they achieve these results, they are maintaining these results. This young lady had such phenomenal results in 100 days, she wrote a book about it, her guide to my guide to your 100-day journey to better health. And she is definitely a product of our product. So guys, we're not just, this is not just theory, this is fact. And one of our phenomenal leaders, Reverend Ernestine Davis, as you can see, she is a professional, competitive bikini model. And not only is she a competitor, she's a trainer. And her testimony is that switching to foods tailored to her blood type helped her lose belly fat, improve digestion, and achieve 4th place in the bikini contest at 63 years young. So as you can see, guys, when I said in my disclaimer, results may vary. She worked hard at this, but guess what? She can show you how to do it, and so can we. She's on our team. And again, not only is she a competitor, she's a coach. She helped coach these other 2 ladies who's on our team. Ageless health starts with your blood type. And we have the program that will get you into age reversal mode. The person who actually designed this program is actually a naturopath. His name is Dr. Eric Prince, and he's in his early 50s running track events against younger men in their 20s and winning. College-age men, he's winning. So the age reversal detox process actually works. So I'm going to stop for a moment, and I'm going to introduce my co-host, CC Hill. She has a phenomenal business. She has a phenomenal family, and she has a phenomenal testimony. And I am going to stop sharing for a moment so I can give her some screen time so she can share her testimony with you all. I'm going to stop sharing. CC, you are on screen.
Okay,
have the
thank you
floor.
thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate that. As Mike was describing me, he did mention survivor. I am a now 6-year breast cancer survivor. Before I was diagnosed, I was having pain in my all over my body. I went to my doctor. Um, they gave me just over the counter prescription at that time. Um, and then I think it was 2018. I was trying to get my dates right. 2018, I had pain in my right breast, and I went to the doctor. Um, Fast forward from November to December, I got the results of I had breast cancer. So I started my journey January 2019 of my treatment. So I had chemo treatment. My hair fell out in March, and it started to grow back. And then I went to have surgery. I had a double mastectomy. And then later that year, um, I started radiation. So my journey um, for the chemo, the meds that the doctors give you on your treatment lasted for about 2 years. And after I finished that medication, um, my pain came back. Because I guess, with taking chemo, it just wipes all the way, wipes the pain away, literally. Any type of joint pain, whatever, it just wipes it away. And so I went back to the doctor. They referred me to a rheumatoid arthritis doctor. And he asked me if I wanted to um, start taking this medication called
Like
methotrexate.
to place an order,
Um,
the front
can
and the
someone
back of
mute
this
your
right here.
line, please?
I want
Lady
the
T, if you
largest.
could,
I think you said it's like 48
Lady
ounces, is
T,
it?
Lady T,
59
you,
ounces. I want 59 ounces, one of each.
I'm sorry, CC, I don't have any
It's
control.
okay. It's okay.
If you,
So,
Mike, if you go to the participant and right by her name should be a microphone. You should be able to
Okay, let's see.
go to your list of participants.
I got you.
See your name.
okay.
I see her name, but I don't have any control on the controls.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, we'll send her
So,
a chat.
yeah, I sent her a chat, but it didn't work.
Okay.
So where was I? So basically the doctor recommended me to take this medication called methotrexate. Because I came to him for pain, it was a recommendation. He was like, if you want to try this, I recommend this to you. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll try it. And so I did. And looking at the side effects and everything, it said may cause hair loss and amongst a
The
lot
name
of
of
other
the
things. So I started taking it. I was taking it probably over the course of 2 years. And then God just came to me. He was like, as I'm praying, I'm like, Lord, I need you to take this pain away. I don't want to stay on this medication, even though the doctor said that it was okay for me to stay on the medication for the rest of my life if needed. I knew in my heart, because God had spoken to me, that I wasn't meant to stay on this medication. So I really didn't know how God was going to remove it, how he was going to handle it, but he did. Um, 20, excuse me. And every year at the beginning of the year in January, I'm always, doing the New Year's resolution, what I'm praying for God to do for me, that year, each year. And one of the other things that I was praying for, in addition to releasing the pain, was for God to bless me with my own business. I wanted to go into, I saw everybody having their own business. And I was like, okay, God, I'm ready. I think I'm ready. But so 2023, that was the last time that I prayed that prayer. And March
That's amazing.
2023, my
I feel
my
special when
partner,
you
my
say you
business
do that
partner,
last name, because
he
that's
saw me
you do
advertising
glasses.
some eyelashes that I had purchased on
Okay.
Amazon. And he
All
was
right.
like,
Thank you so
Cece, you're
much.
doing a great job.
Okay.
I love what you're doing with those eyelashes.
Uh,
It's like,
you know
I was
what?
like, okay, you're the only
I
one
say the
commented. But he was like, if you're
thank you.
interested, I would love to share a few videos with you. And I think, this would be something that you would, like, or what have you. I was like, okay, sure. And I said that right away because it came from someone who I trusted. And so I looked at the videos, and I just really just started crying, because it was an opportunity for me to start my own business. And it was an opportunity for me to try this cleanse. I've never detoxed ever. And so at the time, Mike introduced me to the company with Phyllis Nash. And we were all talking, having a conversation. And so the first thing that they recommended, that I started the 21-day cleanse, because of the chemo that I had ingested in my body. And so I was like, 21 days? No, I don't think I can do that. And so Phyllis said to me, she said, well, Cece, if you say you can't do it, then you're not going to be able to do it. I was like, yes, I'll say it. So I'm going to start the 7-day. So I started the 7-day. I stopped taking my methotrexate for the rheumatoid arthritis, because I took 7 pills once a week, 7 little tiny pills once a week. And I needed those pills in order to stay pain free. If not, I would be suffering, because when I was in the shower, I was crying. I couldn't wash my back, couldn't reach back and wash my back. And it was so depressing, because I was at that time maybe 52, 50 something. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm operating like I'm 70, 80 years old because of this pain in my body. It's like, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop taking the methotrexate, because number one, it was recommended, not mandated, that I take. So I didn't have to call my doctor and say, hey, I want to stop this medication. Like I said, if it's something more major, you do have to go to your doctor and say, hey, this is what I want to do. Will you, bless it, what have you. So I stopped taking the methotrexate. I started my 7-day cleanse. In 3 days of taking that cleanse, there was no pain. I had no pain in my body. And I was so amazed. I called Mike up. I said, Mike, I want to order the additional pack, because when I purchased my entrepreneur pack, I had two 7-day cleanses in my pack. So I said, I need one more, because I want to go all the way. And so I took the 21-day cleanse. And after I finished that cleanse, I actually literally threw my bottle of methotrexate in the trash. I didn't need it anymore. And I was so grateful to God, because number one, he just blessed me with my heart's desires, my prayers, and to ensure that I had no more pain, I started taking the Pure Hempranium, which is the CBD tinctures. And I take that daily, 3 drops under my tongue, in the morning and at night. And also, with the chemo taking my hair out, most of my hair grew back except for my edges. So, you know, with Akana products, we have something for everyone. And so the the hemp premium hemp powered hair. That's what I use on my edges. And I don't know if you can see or not, but literally I now have edges. You haven't seen my before and after, but believe me, that is coming. I'm so excited to share with everybody that I use the shampoo, the conditioner. I actually have that flat belly fuel on auto ship because literally it actually helps you with so many different areas as you saw, and for it to have um, parasite removal in it as well, like you want to do that every day. So I can't go without it, and when I run out I scream and I beat myself up, because the only time I ran out was when I did my 7-day cleanse again. And I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize. So my auto shipment didn't come on, early. It came on time, but not early. But anyways, I got through it, and that's my testimony. And I'm just here to encourage any and everybody, because if you don't have to suffer, you don't have to suffer um, with these prescriptions, prescribed medications that causes other issues. That methotrexate was actually causing, not allowing my hair around my edges to grow back. It didn't cause hair loss, but it kept my hair from growing fully the way it should have been. And also, one other thing I wanted to mention, but I forgot, but it's okay. I just wanted to share my testimony with everyone, and just to, hopefully encourage somebody to give it a try, because it does work.
Wow. Thank you, Cece, for your fantastic, amazing story. I know, to be a survivor and to be able to toss some of those pharmaceutical drugs away and deal with it in a more holistic fashion is exactly what we're talking about. There are people who have medications, multiple medications, and we're giving people options. And that's what we like to do. So thank you for taking the time to share with us. I'm going to jump back into the presentation. And let me get to where I was. And go ahead and bring us home, because we're getting close to the hour. And we're going to bring it on home. Let's see right here. Let's see. Okay. So can you see that screen where it says blood type testimonial?
Yes.
Okay, so we just had our testimonial. So we're going, so now we're going to start tying this all together. Okay, we've looked at the global issue. We looked at what's happening in the country. We've looked at some solutions through our Flat Belly Lifestyle program. And now we're going to show you how you can get connected with us. So she talked about multiple products that we have in our system. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our product line that's related to cannabis, because we're a wellness company, and the Flat Belly Lifestyle and the Blood Type Diet is our flagship product. But we have CBD-based products, and by leveraging the properties of CBD along with the Blood Type Diet, we can achieve a more balanced, harmonious approach to wellness, tailored toward individual and unique biological predispositions. So why is the cannabis a holistic solution? Because unlike pharmaceuticals that target symptoms, cannabinoids interact with your endocannabinoid system. Did you know that you had these systems already in your body, that you have these endocannabinoid receptors in your body, that when you consume the right type of CBD, it helps bring your body into balance? So what is CBD? CBD is a natural compound that occurs in industrial hemp, and it's made out of more than 100 different cannabinoids. It's the second most common, next to Delta-9. What is THC? Well, unlike THC, CBD is non-psychotropic, and that's probably the key thing in that sentence, is that it doesn't get you high, but it gets you healthy. And we're taking the best of both worlds and incorporating that into our product line. What is THCA? It's another, again, it's a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. And it has more than 100 different cannabinoids, and it's the non-psychoactive precursor to THC. So if you consume THCA without heating it, you have all of the benefits without the high. Again, we have CBD products that are formulated, proprietary blends that will help elevate your well-being. We have the THCA in the flower form, where you have flexibility on how you want to be able to use it. And it's been proven to deal with issues like arthritis, immune disorder disease, anti-inflammatory. It's a neuroprotective. It has a positive impact on multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, and cancer. So we have some very powerful items in our catalog that can help a multiple of conditions. There we go. We have a new product called RSO concentrate, or Rick Simpson oil, which is a concentrated form of the CBD, and it really at a high level addresses pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's. It's an anti-inflammatory. It'll help stimulate your appetite. It's an antioxidant. So this particular product has multiple uses. So from a business perspective, why is this market hot? Because the market is changing. And there are regulations that are being relaxed. Even though the federal regulations remain unclear, there's a patchwork of laws that gives us an opening, an opportunity to use products derived from hemp like CBD, and it gives us an opportunity to get it to the marketplace. And the market is eating this up. The market needs this. The market loves it. And we know that by transforming your diet, you can dramatically improve your health. So we have over 70 different products in our product line. And our goal is to break the cycle of generational illness. So we want you to be able to share the gift of health. Again, we're coming to the end of our presentation, and we're packaging this up in a way that we've identified what's going on in the marketplace. We've identified a product line that can address these very issues that we see around us every day. And now we're talking about how can we package this up to be able to connect with people who see our vision, who see our blood type vision, who see our eating and our philosophy, who share our philosophy. You can share this gift of good health, and you can support your family's health journey. We have a comprehensive health test that has a value of well over $1,000 that includes an omega-3 panel, a gut check. It'll identify your needs for vitamins and minerals. It'll do a non-invasive assessment of your liver, your kidneys, and your heart that has an over $1,000 value, and it's called the BioScan. And guess what? By partnering up with us, you can actually get it for $189. The person that invited you will be able to go into more details on how to get your BioScan, on how to get your digital assessment, and we'll be able to make that happen for you. We've had people who's had similar type work spend well over $800 for the same type of work. And when you enrolled in one of the autoships that CC was talking about, we can actually help you with the price for just a $50 upgrade. So what are the options? You can become a wellness ambassador or a certified coach. If you see the vision, if you see what we're talking about and say, Mike, I have an entrepreneurial flair. I see how I can help my friends and my family by sharing this product with them. I can see how I can benefit. And also I can see how by marketing the product and earning 20 to 40% commission on the retail purchases, I could put some more money in my pocket and create some tax benefits for myself along the way. You can become what's called a wellness ambassador. And as a wellness ambassador, you can get the Wellness Ambassador Pack that has all of these items in there, including the flagship product of a 21-day reset for $3.99. And you're going to get the flat belly fuel, and you're going to get the blood type cards that gives you the information on which foods are good, neutral, and foods you should stay away from. All that's included in the pack. Well over $399 value. It's well over $500 value. So that's one of the options to come into the company as a distributor. The second is the next level is a certified wellness coach pack for $14.99, where you'll get more products to try and to be able to utilize in your own home. When I purchased this coaches pack, this is what drew me to the company, being able to be a certified wellness coach. So when I purchased the products, I just wanted to be able to use the products and become and be a product of the product. And as I shared the product, as I used it and shared it with other people, I was also able to recoup some of my money. But this is a wellness coaching pack, which is going to introduce you to some of our training, and we have a whole program designed for you if you want to be a certified wellness coach. Now, we talked a little bit earlier about Blue Zones. There are 6 areas across the world, and we talked about Okinawa, Japan is one of those areas. That is an area where people eat far less animal meat, eat more of a blue of a diet based on your blood type, and the citizens of these areas live to be in their hundreds. And that's what we're trying to do, create blue zones in our communities, in our homes. How do you create a country of a blue zone country? It starts in your household. Create a blue zone in your home. And that's what we teach through the blood type diet. So our goal as we go out there and talk to people and share the benefits of understanding your blood type is to help 1.5% of the people in the United States. You break that down, 1.5 million people represents 5 million people. So as a corporate goal, as a company, we're out there on a mission talking to people every day, sharing this information I just shared with you over the last 45 minutes. $50, if we talked about some of those auto ships, $50 times 5 million people, that's $250 million in sales. So we're looking at it from more of a business perspective right now. That with $250 million in sales in play, potentially, and we say, let's put a little math on it and say that, what if 80% say no? That's still 1 million people. So 1 million people at $50, that's still $50 million that's in play. So you can play with the numbers, but I say all that to say is that we have market potential for the products and services that we're offering. And as a company, we're at the very beginning of the growth curve. And when you look at a company, when they're in their pioneering and formulation stage, and they're less than 100,000 people connected with the company, they're poised toward momentum. And we're about 3/4 of the way through that pioneering stage, and we're ready to blast off in year 6 into momentum. And as you can see the dramatic growth in momentum going from pioneering to momentum. So from a business perspective, what we say is that when you're looking at a company like ours, a young company that's at least 18 months old, and again, we're celebrating 6 years. 90% of companies don't make it past 18 months, and we're into our 6th year, getting ready to go into our 7th year. So, and according to Harvard, if those criteria are met, less than 500,000 people, it's a great opportunity. If it's less than 100,000 people, it's considered the opportunity of a lifetime. So here we are at the right time, at the right place, with the right opportunity. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I don't have any control of the record, so I can't worry about that right now. So that concludes our information session for today. I wanted to be able to go through everything and share information with you. I see my guest Olivia Adams on there. Thank you, Olivia, for being with us today. You and I have an appointment scheduled for next week where we'll do a deeper dive on the 7-day process, and I'll answer whatever questions that you may have. And I will probably give you a call after this presentation. And Margaret Dorsey, thank you for being with us. Do you have any comments at this
I
stage?
certainly do. Excellent job, Cece. I'm always so impressed with your presentation, with your testimony. That's amazing, girl. And that's what people need to understand, is that the level of help that you can get from our products is just all over the place. And so when people get brave enough and consistent enough to just use them, you're going to figure it out. you know, what's best
Mhm.
for you and how to keep you.
Exactly.
My mom's 93 today. She does blood
Oh,
type eating. She does detoxing.
yes.
She's done all
Very
of that.
good.
And we
Awesome.
are excited. We're celebrating all day today. So I just wanted to say that that's why I'm not at the center for the celebration today. I was there last night, and I'll be there tomorrow. And then what I wanted to share with you, Mike, is I'm going to do a training on blood type eating, but it's going to be on the 11x17 charts and the free health quiz. And so I'm sure they're going to record it. And so we'll get it to you. And I'm going to try to have somebody record it while I'm doing it so I can get it to you. Because remember last year, this time we were sitting at the table, me and you, Patricia,
I
talking
do.
about
I
this.
do.
We were talking about what we were going to do, and we're doing it.
We're doing the thing. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I'm not with you guys in Chicago today, but give everybody my love and the greetings, and we'll see you soon. I'll see probably some of the crew down in Florida next month.
Oh, okay, you'll be there.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. And Miss Adams, welcome. That's my mom. That's my maiden name and my mom's name. So I don't know if you're from Tennessee, but that's the Tennessee Adamses that we know.
Thank you so much. No, I'm RVA all day, but thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So guys, I just want to say hi, and it's how exciting and these products work. So stick with it.
Well, thank you. And Miss Olivia, she's considering doing a 7-day, and we're going to get together and I'll share some thoughts with her. And I'm glad she was able to jump on today to be able
That's
to get a
really good.
big picture of our company and what we do and how we help people. So,
Excellent.
CC, excellent presentation. Miss Margaret, thank you for being here to support as normal. We really appreciate your leadership. And again, give our best to the team in Chicago. Tell them
Will do.
have a productive meeting. I'm looking forward to hearing what comes out of it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you. Thank
that's
you
it
so
for
much,
today.
Ms.
Thank you very
Margaret.
much, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.